What is up guys, Ramhana1 here and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 44. In this episode we are once again on DevPRO and we are covering the Holy Lightning. I would have thought that was lighting, but it's Holy Lightning archetype. It's a new archetype that is in the Judgment of Light set, and it consists of 4 monster cards. No spells, no traps, just 3 monsters and XYZ. It's kind of disappointing when they put an archetype into a pack and they don't give it as much potential as it could by just including monsters or limiting certain traps or spells or whatever. Like I covered yesterday, the War God archetype. It's not the best archetype, but at least it covered all the basics: monsters, traps, spells, and an XYZ. But even though these don't have spells and traps and things like that, this is still a very solid archetype for what we are getting, and I could see myself just decking in some of these cards into a regular deck, so I'm going to go ahead and cover these cards right now. So like I said, we have 3 monsters. The first one is Holy Lightning Wings. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 Holy Lightning monster from your hand, and these are all level 4 light fairies as well, so bear that in mind. Then we have Holy Lightning Books. Once per turn, you can send 1 spell card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon 1 Holy Lightning monster from your hand. And the last one is Holy Lightning Sword. Once per turn, you can send 1 Holy Lightning monster from your hand to the graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the attack of that monster until the end phase. And then of course we have our XYZ, number 102, Holy Lightning Glorious Halo. This requires 3 level 4 light monsters, and its effect reads: once per turn you can detach 1 material from this card to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Half that target's attack, also its effects are negated. If this card on the field will be destroyed, you can detach all XY materials from this card instead. Half any battle damage you would take during the turn you use this effect. Now as far as XYZ goes, this is actually a pretty solid one, although its summoning conditions are a little bit iffy. 3 level 4 light monsters, it can be a little difficult to get out on times, but its effect is actually quite solid. You can get it out, so you can detach 1 material to half your opponent's monster's effects and negate its effects. So I don't know, there are probably lots of different situations where that could help you, especially if your opponent are running, I don't know, Chaos Dragon or something. If you're able to pull this thing off and then, I know, pop Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, just something that just came to mind. Also, its second effect, which can save it and half any battle damage you take that turn, could really affect you. So if your opponent again was using Chaos Dragons and they went in to destroy this thing, you can just use this effect. It'd still get destroyed on the second attack then, but you're taking half battle damage, so you're not going to lose that turn, and you can have another go and see if you could turn things around there. So like I said, as far as effects goes, this is a very solid effect, but I don't see that being where this archetype shines. Where this archetype really shines is with the other 4 monsters, because just siding these 4 Holy Lightning cards into a fairy deck, I think this is going to open up another fairy build where you can use these with like Shining Angel, Nova Summoner, things like that, to pull off some pretty good XYZ combos, and just other fairies in general, like the Vanilla or Vanilla Hall, which lets you special summon. So basically, what I've been doing a lot of is going into Wings, using his effect to special summon Books, using Books' effect, discard a spell, and then summoning Sword. And then for the sake of this duel you're seeing now, I go into Glorious Halo. But you don't need to go into Glorious Halo. You can go into Shockmaster. You can go into pretty much anything that requires 3 level 4 monsters, because there are a lot of better monsters that do require 3 level 4s. Another one that comes to mind is Shark Drake. And if you just use these guys' effects, you have all your materials. If you don't want to do that, then you can just go into a normal 2-piece, like 2 level 4 monster, and you'll still have Holy Lightning Sword. You can use his effect if you happen to have another Holy Lightning card in your hand to give him more attack. That's a pretty good effect on its own to just attack your opponent. So I think this is where that archetype shines, the 3 monsters that they have been given. This seems to be one of those archetypes that is just like, yeah, here, we'll throw it into this light set just so we can have some more light cards. Do what you want with them. We're not going to give them any support in the future. And they did that with the heroic champions, which was in Return of the Duelist, I believe. They pretty much just threw those guys in there. They're like, here's a fun little archetype you guys can use, and then when you're done with it, that's pretty much it. We won't see much play from it in tournaments and whatnot, and we won't support the archetype any further. So I see the Holy Lightning being something along those lines. But you don't know, I could be wrong. We could see these guys get a little bit more support. If they were to get more support, what would I like to see for them? I think I'd like to see a continuous spell or a field spell or something like that. That just brings these guys to the hand. So the effect could be once per turn during your standby phase, you can add a Holy Lightning card to your deck, from your deck to your hand. Or maybe on your draw phrase, you can skip the draw phrase and add a Holy Lightning to your hand that way. Just something like that, just so you can get these things to your hand, because they're most useful when you have all 3, and if you were to have a spell card or even a trap card just along those lines, then like I said, they would be a lot better. But anyway guys, that is the Holy Lightning archetype and my thoughts on it. If you have your own thoughts on it, as usual, remember to leave them in the comment section down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a like rating and subscribe for more videos. Again guys, this is Panawan, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you for watching.